गोविंद दास अभिलाष रे भजहु रे मन श्रीनंदनंदन अभय चरणार विंद रे भजहु रे मन श्रीनंदनंदन अभय चरणार विंद रे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे भजहु रे मन श्रीनंदनंदन अभय चरणार विंद रे। हरिनाम संकीर्तन कीजिए, श्रीला प्रभुपाद कीजिए, दंडवत प्रणाम to all. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Forgive me for my voice.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for this beautiful bhajan. Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Pranam. So we welcome today's speaker, our very dear Mataji, Her Grace Kalasudha Devidasi Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Welcome to you.
Hare Krishna.
Over to you, Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Narayani Mataji, for always giving us this opportunity to serve all of you. We feel very, very blessed and deeply obliged. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye. Nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda
Super.
Kumar Govinda Nama Pankajanabhaya Nama Pankajamaline Nama Pankajanitra Namaste Pankajamali. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukham karoti vachalam, pangur langayate girim, yat kripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam, Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Again, welcome all of you. Thank you again so much. So today we will be reading from the third canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam, from chapter 11, canto 3, chapter 11, from text 17 through 22. So anyone would like to read text 17, please?
Yeah, put the plugs and
Channa Mataji, will you please share the screen? Thank you,
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji. One minute.
Thank you, Mataji.
Sorry, Mataji. I didn't know how to close this extra tab, extra window here.
you just have to pull from this side, Mataji, from right to left.
Okay, just a minute. Mataji.
Yes,
Mataji, I'll
Mataji.
share. Till the
Okay.
time I'll share, you just try to solve it.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
So I'll go ahead and read the first verse. We can
Yeah,
start
please,
the
Mataji.
translation.
Yeah.
3.11.17 Bhagavan Veda Kalasya Gatim Bhagavato Nano Vishwam Vichakshate Dhira Yogaradhena Chakshusha. Someone can read the translation, please.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranam. Shall I, Mataji?
Please go ahead.
Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. O spiritually powerful one, you can understand the moments of eternal time, which is the controlling form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because you are a self-realized person, you can see everything by the power of mystic vision. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you. Can someone read text 18, please?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Maitreya uvacha kritum treta dvaparam cha kalishtreshti chaturyugam divyauddhadasha viprashthaihi savadhanam nirupitam. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranams.
Thank
Translation
you.
also, Mataji?
Yes, anyone can read.
Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, please.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Maitreyi said, O Vijura, the 4 millenniums are called the Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. The aggregate number of the years of all these combined is equal to 12,000 years of the demigod. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you. Someone could read the text 19, please.
Shall I, Mataji?
Yeah,
Yes.
Divya Mataji. After that, Sudha Mataji can read the translation.
Okay, Mataji. Dandavat pranam. Chatvari त्रीणि द्वे चैकं कृता दिशु यथा क्रमं संख्यातानि सहस्राणि द्विगुणानि शतानि च. Hare Krishna Mataji. Dandavat pranam.
Thank you. Translation.
Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat pranam. The duration of the Satya Yuga, millennium, equals 4,800 years of the demigods. The duration of the Treta millennium equals 3,600 years of the year of the demigods. The duration of the Dwapar millennium equals 2,400 years, and that of the Kali millennium is 1,200 years of the demigods. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Text 20, please.
Janki Mataji, do you want to read, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Can I have
Yeah,
a
please. Please.
Can scroll little up. Sandhya Sandhyam Sayorantar Yakala Sata Sankriyayo Tamme Vahuryugam Tajna Yatra Dharmo Vidhiyate.
Thank you. Translation.
Okay. Translation and purport by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The transitional periods before and after every millennium, which are a few hundred years as aforementioned, are known as Yuga Sandhyas or the conjunctions of 2 millenniums. According to the expert astronomers, in those periods, all kinds of religious activities are performed. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Text 21, please.
Padma Mataji?
Sorry.
Or Swati Mataji, you can read.
Yes, Mother. Hare Krishna. Dharmaschatuspan manujan krite samano vartate sa evan esva adharmena Vyeti padena vardhata. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Translation.
O Vidura, in the Satya millennium, mankind properly and completely maintained the principles of religion. But in other millenniums, religion gradually decreased by one part as irreligion was prominently admitted. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you. Text 22.
Yes, Padma Mataji. You have raised the hand.
Mataji, I'll read the other one. I'll do the translation, Mataji.
Okay, fine. Sudha Mataji, do you want to read the shloka?
Yes, Mataji. Hare
Yeah,
Krishna.
please. Hare Krishna.
Trilokya yoga sahasram bahir abramano dinam tavatya eva nishatata yannimitlati vishvashrak. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Translation.
Hare Krishna, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Outside of the three planetary systems, Swarga, Maitreya, and Patala, the 4 yugas multiplied by 1000 comprise one day on the planet of Brahma. A similar period comprises a night of Brahma, in which the creator of the universe goes to sleep. Thank you, Mataji. Dandat Pranam.
Thank you so much, everybody. So this is the conversation that Vidura is having along with Maitreya Rishi. And we see that it is a very beautiful conversation, very calculative, a lot of calculation, a lot of mathematics that is involved here. And it's very different, like here in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, we see that the years are calculated according to the way the demigods, it's according to the life of the demigods, the year span of the demigods. Whereas in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna, in the Bhagavad Gita, he speaks in chapter 8, in text 17, Krishna says, Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Aharyad Brahmano Viduhu Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam Teho Ratra Vidojana. Which means by human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. So in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is explaining to us in terms of human years. Whereas in Shrimad Bhagavatam, Maitreya Rishi and Vidura, they are having this conversation based on the years of the calculation of the Devatas. It's so wonderful, isn't it? How Srila Prabhupada has said that Bhagavad Gita is for school level, Shrimad Bhagavatam is university level, and Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is postgraduate level. So this is how we understand it, that Shrimad Bhagavatam has to be one level higher, So one Mahayuga, it is explained here in Shrimad Bhagavatam, it is equivalent to 12,000 years of the demigods. 12,000. So that is one Mahayuga. Now, one Mahayuga duration, according to human years, is 4,320,000 years, right? It is the addition of Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. If you add up all these numbers, all the 4 yugas, then we come to one Mahayuga, which is 4,320,000 years. So Srila Prabhupada teaches us in the purport that how, Maitreya and Vidura, their conversation is based on, isn't it so difficult to say these many million years, these many thousands? It's a huge number, and for Krishna to say it, it was very, easy, because he was just saying it in one term, that it is, the lifespan of Lord Brahma is 311,040,000,000,000 years. Just, Krishna said that. And he just gave the lifespan of Lord Brahma according to the human calculation. It was very simple for Krishna to say that. But here, when details are being explained, so here, therefore, smaller numbers are used, like, it is just said that the Satya Yuga is 4,800 demigod years. It is demigod years. So how do we make it into human years? If we calculate, if we multiply 4,800, multiply it by 360. How do we get 360? Very simple. 360, we get that if the entire, calculation of one Mahayuga is 4,320,000 years, correct? So one demigod year would be 4,320,000 years divided by 12,000, which comes to 360. So that means 360 is one demigod year is 360 human years. 360 human years is 1 year of demigods. Okay, so therefore it becomes more easy to calculate when we just say that Satya Yuga duration is 4,800 years. That is the duration of Satya Yuga according to demigods. So to make it into human years, we'll have to do 4,800 multiplied by 360. And that gives us 1,728,000 years, which is the lifespan of Satya Yuga according to human years. So this is how the calculation goes. Similarly, for Kali Yuga, it is just 1,200 demigod years. 1,200 demigod years. So to calculate it into human years, all we have to do is multiply 1,200 by 360. Then we get 432,000 years. So Srila Prabhupada explains this very beautifully. It's just simple mathematics. But again, if you don't understand the simple things or, the basic level, it's very difficult to understand. Similarly, therefore, we need to understand Bhagavad Gita very, very thoroughly to be able to understand this entire calculation. If we understand Bhagavad Gita, then it becomes very easy to understand this calculation, which is given according to the years of the demigods, the devatas. So in this way, Vidura and Maitreya, they are having this very, astrological, astronomical, and mathematical calculations in these discussions. At the same time, Srila Prabhupada is also explaining to us in the purport that how all these calculations are reached, but very, very important points are being told here. That Krishna is time. Basic thing about Krishna being time, Kalosmi, that is spoken by Krishna in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is saying in text 32, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, Kalosmi Lokakshaya Krit Pravriddho, that time I am, the destroyer of the worlds. So Krishna is being very, very clear that all this, time and the calculations of time, all these complications, they're actually, pervading only in the material world. In the spiritual world, time is not the controller. Krishna is saying, Kalo asmi, I am time. So in the material world, we are controlled by time. If we are able to, if like right now here, according to the place where we are here, it is 10:18 p.m. in the night for us. It is 10:18 p.m. So 10:18 p.m., if as soon as the clock strikes 10:19 p.m., I will never get back. It is for us, it is still 21st of November for us here. So 21st of November, 10:18 p.m., I will never get back. That is how powerful time is. We cannot go back, how much ever we try. We cannot go back. That is how powerful time is. And that is why Krishna is saying, time I am, the destroyer of all the worlds. Because, we are here, we are controlled by time. All of our activities, our movements, everything is controlled by time. Rather in the spiritual world, however, time is there, but it is subservient to Krishna. It is conspicuous by its presence, Srila Prabhupada says. Time is there in the spiritual world, but it is conspicuous by its presence. It is subservient to the desire of Krishna. So whenever Krishna would want, it can become daytime. Whenever Krishna wants, it can be a very nice, Purnima night. Whenever Krishna wants, the moon will disappear, and thousands of moons will come together to greet Srimati Radharani when she comes to meet with Krishna. There's not just one moon, there can be many, many moons. That is the spiritual world. So time is there, but it is subservient to Krishna. So this concept of time, how here in these few verses that we read, we see that, here Lord Brahma's time is being talked about. We see that, how in the Shrimad Bhagavatam itself, there are so many pastimes. That, the Brahma Vimohan Leela is there. That Lord Brahma stole, the calves and the cowherd boys, because Brahma was bewildered by Krishna. You see, actually, Lord Krishna is so kind that because of the longevity of Lord Brahma, Krishna actually appears every day of Lord Brahma. Krishna appears. He comes every day of Lord Brahma, and every day Lord Brahma gets bewildered, seeing the transcendental, confusing pastimes of Krishna. Lord Brahma becomes very bewildered. That how can this be the Supreme Personality of Godhead? And in our millennium, how did Krishna confuse Lord Brahma? That one day when the cowherd boys, they were all in a nice picnic near Akshayvat. Akshayvat is one of the very, very famous banyan trees. Out of the four very famous banyan trees in Vrindavan, in Brajamandala, in the 84 kroshas of Brajamandala, this Akshayvat is considered to be one of the most primary ones. Because Akshayvat, it is near Khelavan, and it is said that this huge banyan tree actually was like a natural refrigerator for Krishna, Balaram, and the cowherd boys. Because the boys, what they would do, they would have these, their Mother Jashoda, what they would do is they would pack lunch for Krishna, Balaram, and all the boys. They would all bring lunch boxes from their home. And those days, there was no plastic tiffin boxes or anything. How they would bring lunch? They would have one little mud pot, earthen pot, and in that they would have some buttermilk, and then on top of that, this buttermilk will be wrapped around in a cloth, and then on the top, in another cloth, like a potli, like a little sack, little snacks would be there, like poha, chipped rice, and things like that. So the boys would just eat that. With buttermilk they will drink. So buttermilk and everything, it has to remain cold, otherwise buttermilk becomes sour, right? So to retain the freshness of the items that they would bring, they would hang up their little potlis, their little rucksack lunch sacks. They would hang it on top of the branches of this Akshayvat, this banyan tree. And because this banyan tree was so huge, under it, because of the shade, no sun would penetrate through it. So it would remain so cool, and it would remain so nice and fresh. And every time when the boys would be so parched and so scorched after playing in the hot sun, they would just rush to the cooling shades of Akshayvat. And the leaves, whenever the wind would pass through the leaves, they would automatically, be like a natural fan for Krishna, Balaram, and the boys. So for them, it would be like they're sitting under the AC, natural AC of Mother Earth. So this was the beauty of Akshayvat in Brajamandala. So one day the boys, they played so much, and then they came exhausted under the cooling shade of this Akshayvat tree. And they started opening up their tiffins, to eat. And Krishna, he would always be on the lookout that who has brought what? Who has brought what? And Krishna would love to take something from everybody. So everyone would sit in a circle, and then they would have Krishna in the center, and they would all say, yeah, Krishna, I brought this. Krishna, I brought this. Please take this. Please take this. Please taste. So one day, Madhumangala, the little Brahmana boy, very, very dear to Krishna. So Madhumangala, he came, and he was, that day he did not have anything much to offer to Krishna. He just had only buttermilk. So he was feeling very embarrassed. Oh no, Krishna is going to ask me. Right now he might ask me, what have I brought and what will I say? What will I say? Oh no. Oh, he's asking my, the boy sitting next to me. Now it's going to be my turn. So Madhumangala was very much fearful. So out of his fear, what did he do? He took that entire pot of buttermilk that he had and he just gulped it down, but he was not able to gulp it all down together. So, by the time Krishna said, hey, Madhumangal, what do you have for me? So Madhumangal's, his, cheeks and everything was just filled with buttermilk. And right at that point, Lord Brahma came, soaring on his Hansa ride. Yes, the banyan tree is Akshayvat. That is Akshayvat. So Lord Brahma came on his Hamsa Vahana and he's watching what is happening. How is the Supreme Lord doing such beautiful pastimes? So he started watching, and then Krishna said, Madhu Mangala, what do you have for me today? Tell me, Madhi. Madhu Mangala was very lovingly called as Madhi by Krishna. So Krishna would call him, Madhi, tell me, what do you have for me, Madhi? Madhi, tell me. And then Madhu Mangala had his cheeks all filled up. He was just shaking his head. No, nothing. I don't have anything today, Kanha. I have nothing to give you. Like that. He was just shaking his head. But his, mouth was filled with buttermilk. So Krishna came all the way next to him. And then Krishna went, he just burst his cheeks like that. And then from Madhi's mouth, a nice buttermilk fountain spout out. And Krishna opened his mouth, and the buttermilk fountain went straight into Krishna's mouth. And Krishna was enjoying every bit of that buttermilk that was spraying from Madhi's mouth. Krishna was just gulping every bit of that buttermilk. And Lord Brahma saw that and he said, ew, is this the Supreme Personality of Godhead? How can it be? Oh, no. How can this be the Supreme Personality of Godhead? I am so good. How? The Supreme Personality of Godhead should sit on Ratna Simhasana and people should come, and what is this? This 7-year-old boy, what is he doing? Ew, he's drinking something from the boy. Ew, no. There's something seriously wrong here, no? So Lord Brahma got very bewildered. And Krishna started smiling. Yes, Brahma, you got bewildered again. Okay, let's go. So Krishna started playing on his flute. The cowherd boys started playing, and the cows and the calves, they were anyways grazing. So Lord Brahma first stole the calves. And he went on to, Satyaloka. He left the calves there. And then he came back. The cowherd boys were, looking for the calves. And then Lord Brahma stole the cowherd boys also, and he left. And then when Krishna came, he said, Hari, where are the cowherd boys? Where are my friends? And where is this, all the calves? Where is everybody? And then, of course, Krishna understood that this is the work of Lord Brahma. So Krishna, being the master of all mystics, he expanded himself into all of the cowherd boys and all of the cows. And we all know that how all the mother cows and all the parents of the cowherd boys, when they returned home that day, everybody had extra affection for their children, be it the cows for their calves, or be it the mothers and fathers for their children, because all of them were Krishna. And all the Brajbasis and the cows, they love Krishna so much, and they started feeling the love that they feel for Krishna. They started feeling that for their own children, and they were like, I don't really love my child so much. How come I'm loving my child so much like I love Krishna? They were also confused, but they were all Krishna himself. So like this, so many days went by. In fact, one entire year passed by. And during this time, actually, Lord Brahma, he knew that he had taken away the calves and the calves, the calves and the cowherd boys. And only two other personalities knew what had actually happened. One was Purnamasi and one was Lord Balaram. Only they knew that the boys are all Krishna. The cowherd boys are all Krishna and the calves are all Krishna. So Purnamasi devised a plan. And she came and she told all the Brajbasis that, this time of the astronomical, stars and the alignments of the planets, they are so wonderful, so wonderful. Get all of your girls married to all of these boys. Very nice. Astronomical position of the stars is there. It never comes in your entire lifetime the way it has come now. So come on, get all the girls married to all these cowherd boys. So everybody agreed because no one doubted the words of Purnamasi. She was so respected in it's Purnamasi and Lord Balaram. Only Lord Balaram and Purnamasi knew about this pastime. So then Lord Balaram and Purnamasi, when Purnamasi said it, everyone in Braj, they agreed. And then they got all the girls to get married to all the boys. And then, when Lord Brahma came back, it was 1 year had already passed. Because remember that, 1 year of the calculation is that, how many years is the one demigod year is equal to 360 human years. So for Lord Brahma, it was actually a few moments that he spent in Satya Yoga, in Satya Loka. And when he came back from his planet, so much time had elapsed, which equal to around 1 year, according to earthly calculations. Right? So then when he came back, he was so surprised. I just had taken all the boys and the cowherd boys and all the calves up there in Satya Loka. How are they still here? Lord Brahma got so bewildered, and he understood because Krishna revealed that, who they actually are, who the calves are, who the cowherd boys are, that they are expansions coming from Krishna. Lord Brahma was revealed this by Krishna. And then Lord Brahma begged for forgiveness from Krishna, that, my dear Lord, please, please forgive me. I've committed such a grave blunder, so much blunderous work I have done that I have doubted you. How could I do this? In this way, Lord Brahma begs for forgiveness. Of course, the most famous verse, that Lord Brahma recited to beg forgiveness from the Lord is, Tatteno kampa susumikshmano bhunjana evatma kritam vipakam ritvakva puradhir vidadhan namaste jiveti mukti pade sadaya bhak. Lord Brahma is saying that only if a person can have a grateful heart, only that person can be the true recipient of the mercy coming from Krishna, coming from you, my Lord. But Lord Brahma, although Krishna had very, easily forgiven Lord Brahma, but Lord Brahma, he was still feeling so guilty. So guilty Lord Brahma was feeling that how could I do this? How could I doubt the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So he actually started thinking that, Indra is so much more better than me. That Indra also committed a grave blunder. He flooded Vrindavan with the intention of destroying every Brajabasi. And for 7 days, 7 nights, the pralaya, clouds were actually pouring down Vrindavan, flooding Vrindavan. This was all done by Indra. But see, Indra, one thing great that he did is that as a result of Indra's atrocity, the Brajbasis, they came close to Krishna. That they were all together with Krishna for 7 days, 7 nights, even the animals, and not just the boys, the girls, and the elderly cowherd men, everyone, they were all under, even the cows, the calves, all the animals in Vrindavan were all under the shelter of Giriraj, and all of them for 7 days and 7 nights, they were seeing Krishna. They had Krishna right in front of them. So Lord Brahma is saying, Indra, even though he committed such a grave blunder, but at least he did not separate the Lord's devotees from the Lord. I did that blunder of separating the cowherd boys and the calves from Krishna. I pushed them away from Krishna. I separated them from Krishna. What a grave offender I am. This was Lord Brahma's, repentance, that he was feeling so bad, so guilty, that how can I do such a heinous crime of separating the dear devotees of the Lord from the Lord? How could I do this? So as a repentance, Lord Brahma, he resolved within himself that right at that time when he was having the conversation with Krishna, begging for forgiveness, Lord Brahma resolved within himself that he will be appearing in Kali Yuga. He will take birth in a very lowly family, in a very lowly family, and he will, be undergoing lot of, insults and criticism. He will, voluntarily take all that on himself. This is what Lord Brahma desired as a repentance to what he had, the blunder he had committed. And Krishna, being Bhavagrahi Janardana, understanding the bhava and the mood of Lord Brahma, Krishna immediately registered what Lord Brahma was thinking, and he said, oh, in his mind, all this is happening in each other's mind. Lord Brahma didn't say, oh Krishna, I'm going to come, I'm telling you, I am very repentant, and to show my greatness, that look how repentant I am, I will come in a very lowly family. Lord Brahma didn't make any display of his repentance. He just resolved it in his mind. And Krishna also reciprocated with Lord Brahma in his mind, in his bhava form. And Krishna, how did he reciprocate? Krishna said, okay, Brahma, you will come and appear in a very lowly family, but I will make you glorious. In fact, I will make you the personality on whom the entire mission that I will come to propagate in this Kali Yuga, that entire mission's strength will come from you, my dear Lord Brahma. So therefore, Lord Brahma appeared in a Yavana family, in a lowly family as Haridas Thakur, and Krishna, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, elevated the position of Haridas Thakur and made him Nama Acharya, the Acharya for the holy name, that the strength of the Sankirtan mission of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu rests on the chanting of the holy names of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this mission of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, the strength is coming from our Nama Acharya, who is none other than Brahma Haridas. Jai Shri Brahma Haridas Thakur ki Jai, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki Jai. So this is one, example that we see from our Shastra about the difference in the time, how time is different in the life of the Devatas and in the human life. We also see in the case of Balaram and Revati, and even Lord Nityananda, that when Lord Nityananda had to get married to Janava Devi, it is explained that she was very, very tall, and Lord Nityananda, he was sitting and taking prasad. And it is said that Nityananda Prabhu was taking prasad and Janavadevi was serving prasadam. And her pallu, she had her head covered, but she was serving, she was holding a vessel in one hand and she was serving through the other hand. So both her hands were tied up and her pallu fell off from her head. So she had to cover herself back. So Mother Janava, she actually manifested her two other hands, her four-handed form, and with the two other extra hands, she covered herself. And this was seen by Lord Nityananda. And he immediately married Janava Devi. So, and Janava Devi is none other than Mother Revati, who had to get married to Lord Balaram. And when Lord Balaram had to marry her, Revati was from Satyuga. She was very, very tall. So Lord Balaram, when he was in Dwapar Yuga, he was shorter than Revati. So Lord Balaram had to actually pull her down with his plow to bring her of the same size as him, because Revati Devi's father had gone to Lord Brahma to see and taken Revati with him to see who would be a effective match for his daughter Revati. And they were from Satyuga. They went to Brahmaloka and they spent some time there discussing with Lord Brahma. And when finally Lord Brahma said, oh, well, Satyuga is gone, Treta Yuga is gone, now Dwapar Yuga is going on. So go there now and Lord Balaram will be there and he'll be the husband of your daughter, like this. So this also is there. And of course, we know the pastime of Maharaj Indradumna. How when he found after he worshipped Neela Madhava, Vidyapati, actually, his minister, worshipped Neela Madhava, and he could not see Neela Madhava, but he heard the voice of Neela Madhava saying that I will come in my Daru Brahma form, in my wooden form, I will come. And Indradyumna Maharaj, he received the 3 wooden logs that came floating in the ocean, and he had Vishwakarma carve them in the Gundicha temple. And after that, after the deities were carved, Indradyumna Maharaj actually went to Brahmaloka, to Satyaloka, to invite Lord Brahma to come and install the deities. But then that was Satya Yuga, and one entire yuga went by. Dwapar Yuga also was almost getting over, and almost at the beginning of Kali Yuga, actually Lord Brahma came and he installed Lord Jagannath in Jagannath Puri. So this is the calculation, this is the way time works. This is the way, the demigod years, human years work. But nonetheless, in all of this, we need to understand, like for me personally, numbers don't really interest me so much. But at the same time, it's always good to have this kind of knowledge so that, we get a perspective, what is the main reason why all of these numbers are given down in the Shastra. We see that in the Bhagavad Gita, we see it in Shrimad Bhagavatam. Why are all these numbers there? In fact, Srila Prabhupada said that there would be at least, 100, Nobel Prizes hidden in the Shrimad Bhagavatam. That's the level of Shrimad Bhagavatam, that is. So these are there so that, we can think in perspective. Our thought process, can be put into perspective. Like I remember one time Srila Prabhupada, when he was on this planet, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, when Prabhupada was here, one time Srila Tamal Krishna Maharaj, he approached Srila Prabhupada and said, oh, Srila Prabhupada, we've opened this new center, a new Hare Krishna center in Houston. Srila Prabhupada, you must come and visit. Please come. And Srila Prabhupada, he joked with Srila Tamal Krishna Maharaj and he said, well, you see, Lord Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu is lying down on Anantashesh. He is taking one breath in and there is all destruction. And when he leaves one breath out, there is creation. And when this creation happens, at that time, you know, these little bubbles, they come out from the pores of his body, from Lord Vishnu's body. And in one of each of the pores are one you know, galaxies, one planetary systems. And in that planetary system, one of them, we are there in the Earth planet. And in the Earth planet, there is this particular continent, which is the North America. And in North America, there is this one particular state called Texas. And in that small Texas state, there is this small city called Houston. And you want me to come there? So this is how Srila Prabhupada, you know, through this simple pastime, Srila Prabhupada explained that how gigantic is Mahavishnu, you know, and how insignificant we are. That is how we need to understand. Like, for example, if we see our lifespan, we have a lifespan of 100 years, give or take. And there are certain, you know, fireflies that have their entire lifespan is of 3 hours, you know, but in that 3 hours, the 3 hours is according to our calculation, that they live for 3 hours of our calculation. But in their calculation, it would be 100 lifetimes, 100 years in their calculation, in those living entities' calculation. So in that 3 hours duration, they actually are born, they, you know, grow up, they produce their offspring, they live for some time, and then they grow up and then they die. So they live their entire lifetime in those 3 hours. This is, and so therefore we can understand that it gives us a perspective. These kind of things, when we read in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, it gives us a perspective that, okay, when we are seeing other living entities, you know, like these microorganisms, their life, this is how the demigods would see our life like. How we are seeing the life of the insects is how the devatas would look at our life, you know. That's how much they live. Lord Brahma also lives for 100 years, but his 100 years is 311 trillion and 40 billion years. You know, so this is the perspective that the Shrimad Bhagavatam is offering. And that is the purpose of all these calculations that we have here, which is explained so wonderfully here by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. ISKCON Vartaman Guru Vrinda ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. If there's any questions, comments, realizations, reflections, we can take that now. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Medhavini Shakti Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandit pranams. Mataji, your classes are so wonderful. You know, I was just thinking, you know, I had just given a class about 2-3 days back on the same topic. I was trying to calculate, you know, this, Kshana, Lava and all. And then, you know, I was trying how to, you know, make it Krishna conscious. I mean, you know, maybe 1/4 of the class, I could just manage to talk about, you know, the eternality and all. But I was so amazed. Today's entire session, you covered Brahma Vimohan Leela, you covered Nityananda Prabhu, Janava Mataji's pastimes, and really wonderful. I was just trying to think that this is what they call dovetailing. You know, everything can be dovetailed in Krishna Katha. So thank you so much for the learning, Mataji. Mataji, I had a query. So this query is pertaining to, like you mentioned, the life of a fly or something like 3 hours only. When it in comparison in their species lifetime, it's like 100 years. But how do we understand this, Mataji? Because we know that Brahma stays in Brahmaloka, which is not earthly planet, which is not the earth. And so we can understand the time difference, right? Brahma lives for his 100 years, is 411 billion, 30 million years, earthly years. But how do we understand that within this earthly planet, how do different time zones apply for different species? If you can just explain that, Mataji. And I have one more question, which I will ask after you answer this. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Well, as I was saying, you know, even amongst human beings, we have different time zones. Like I'm still on the 21st of November. You all have already gone to the 22nd of November. See? So there's time difference even right here. You know, we are still in the night. You're already in the day. So this is, you know, the magic of the way the creation is done, that although we may be on the same level of, or, you know, living on the same, you know, planetary level, so to speak, but the, you know, just like the 8,400,000 species of life, they're not based on life forms. You know, it's not that there are, you know, 400,000 of them is human beings. It's not that there are 400,000 human beings, but there are 400,000 categories of human beings based on the level of consciousness. It's based on the level of consciousness. So that's similarly how it goes, you know, that even amongst living entities in the same planetary system also, they are of different levels of consciousness, and based on the different levels of consciousness, there is different lifespans for different living entities. Does that answer your question?
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. So even amongst the 400,000 human species, you know, we know that some people live till 50, 60, 70, right? That we see is individual, but we say the entire lifespan is 100 for Kali Yuga. But if we are saying the 400,000 species, they all exist in human, in Earth only, or does it also include other planetary systems, Mataji? I mean, I'm just a little confused about that.
The 400,000 species are in this Bhuloka. In Bhuloka.
Okay, and within them, they have different lifespans, you're saying? Within those 400,000 species? Oh, okay.
There are different lifespans because the lower planetary systems, there are different living entities like the Nagas. They have different lifespans based on their levels of consciousness. The Devatas, they have different lifespans who are in the higher, the top, the other, you know, 6 planetary systems above us. We are the 7th one, and then there's 7 more down below us. So everyone has different. So in Bhuloka, in our planet, right now in Earth planet, we have 400,000 species of human form of life.
Who have different lifespans.
Yes, who have different lifespans, who have based on the different levels of consciousness.
Jai, Jai. One more question, Mataji. I see Narayani Kripa Mataji on the screen. I take your permission to ask one more question. Mataji, tomorrow...
Go ahead, Mataji.
Thank you. Mataji, tomorrow is the most auspicious Ekadashi and also the start of the Bhishma Panchaka Vrata. So I just wanted to ask you, we have 3 levels and all that, but when we try to follow the second level of Vrata, then I just wanted to understand, you know, whether, you know, certain things are allowed or not. Like, for example, whether Makhana is allowed or not, because it's allowed on Ekadashi, but we're not sure if it is allowed on Bhishma Panchaka. And also, like, you know, many seeded fruits are not allowed. Like, for example, what is stated is pomegranate is not allowed, and papaya is not allowed, like that. So where can we get a comprehensive understanding of what can be done? Because I remember Guru Maharaj actually circulating one PPT that was like 2-3 years back, but somehow, you know, WhatsApp and the technology, this thing, we've lost it. So kind of we are just wanting to get that. Is there any kind of guidance that you have, or you know, that you created that you can share with us, Mataji?
Yes, I will share it with Narayani Mataji, and she can share it with all of you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna. Krishnamurti Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat pranams. Mataji, I am not well versed in English. Anyhow, I will try to convince you. You can able to understand me bhava, I think. Yes.
Yes, yes. What language are you comfortable to speak?
No, I am in Karnataka, Bangalore. Kannada.
So you want to speak in Kannada? Nange Kannada baratte, Prabhu.
Oh, I am grateful to you, Mataji. I am grateful to you. Thank you. Chalet, ನಾನು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲಾ?
We don't
understand. ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಆ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವನು ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಮೇಲ್ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಔಟರ್ ಮೇಲ್ನೋಟಕ್ಕೆ ಕಾಣೋದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಹೌದಾ? ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಈ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಲೀಲೆಯನ್ನ ಈ ಭಕ್ತಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋ ಇದು ದಿವಸಕ್ಕೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಾಕಾಷ್ಠೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಪರಾಕಾಷ್ಠೆ, ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್. ಆ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ನಮ್ಮಂತ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಇದೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಈ ಭಕ್ತಿಯ ವಿಚಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಒಬ್ಬ ಯಂಗ್ ಸೈಕ್ಲೋಪೀಡಿಯಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸರ್ವವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕಂತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಇಷ್ಟು ಭಾವಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ ಲೀಲೆಗಳನ್ನ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಆ ಲೋಕವನ್ನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕಂತೀನಿ ನಾನು.
ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭು.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಹಂಗಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಭಾವನೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅದು ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲಿಪ್ಸ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್. ಅಷ್ಟು ವಿಚಾರವಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ ಪರ್ ಮೈ ನಾಲೆಡ್ಜ್ ಗೋಸ್, ನನಗೆ ತಿಳುವಳಿಕೆ ಇರೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನೀವು ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣನನ್ನ ದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಯು ಆರ್ ದಿ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣ. ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗೂ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕಂತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಯಾಕೆಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಶಬ್ದ, ಭಾವನೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಭಕ್ತಿಯ ಪರಾಕಾಷ್ಠೆ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಏನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಬರೋಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕಂತೀನಿ. ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇದೇನು ಡೆಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ನೀವು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, ಬಹುಶಃ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕ್ಷಣಗಳು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ತಿಳ್ಕಂತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡೋದಿಷ್ಟೇ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಈ ಭಕ್ತಿಯ ಭಾವದೊಳಗೆ ತೇಲಾಡೋದು, ಏನು ಫ್ಲೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಏನು ಗ್ರೇಸ್, ಕೃಪೆನ ನಾವು ಬೇಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮಾತಾಜಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನಿಮಗೆ ನನಗೆ ಇನ್ನು ನನಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳನ್ನ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಾರಿ. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೋಟಿ ಅನಂತ ನಮನಗಳು. ಶ್ರೀಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಗ್ರೇಸ್ ನಮಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಕ ಆಗ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಪ್ರೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮಾತಾಜಿ, ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ. ನೀವು ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನೋ ನೀವು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡಿ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
ಇದು ನನ್ಗೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಭು.
Mataji and Prabhu, Krishnamurti Prabhu, your bhava came through. I don't know a single word of Kannada, but I can translate it for this audience in one line. Krishnamurti Prabhu is saying you are an associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only an associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can describe the Krishna Leela with so much bhava, with so much dramatic expressions, like how it would happen in the spiritual world. And we are very grateful to you, Mataji. We seek your blessings and grace that we may also one day experience this taste in hearing Krishna's pastimes and narrating Krishna's pastimes. So, correct, Prabhu? Krishnamurti Prabhu? I don't know a single word in Kannada. So, your bhava came through that way to me.
Yes, I am grateful to you, Mataji. Please, if I am wrong, please rectify it, Mataji.
Prabhu, I was looking for words. You gave me words. You gave me words in Kannada, which I understood without knowing Kannada. So that is the power of Mataji's Krishna Katha.
Mataji,
Har Grace Kalasada Mataji ki jai.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
All I can say, Krishnamurti Prabhu, Matajis, all of you Vaishnavis and Vaishnavas, all I can say is I'm just a parrot. You know, a parrot, how they mindlessly just repeat, what they hear. Like there was this one very beautiful story that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, he says that there was one parrot who used to sit outside one, yogi's house. And he had trained the parrot that if you pull the right leg of the parrot will say, Radhe, 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 Radhe. And if you pull the left leg of the parrot with that thread, it will say Krishna, 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 Krishna. So then, so whoever would come, they were very, very impressed. They would say, oh, this parrot is so great. What a beautiful devotee. You pull the one leg, he'll say Radhe, Radhe. You pull the other leg, he'll say Krishna, Krishna. So then, one other devotee came and he said, oh, if I pull both the legs, then it will say Radhe Krishna, Radhe Krishna. It will say no. So then he pulled both the legs of that parrot. And that parrot said, oi, Why are you pulling both the legs? I'm going to fall down. No, you don't have this much intelligence. You're pulling both the legs. So I'm like that, Prabhu. I'm like a parrot that I just, whatever I heard from my spiritual masters, whatever I've heard from, our Guru Vargas, I'm just trying to repeat that. And it is actually your sincerity. It is actually your loving devotion that anything that you all are hearing, it has so much effect on you. That is the sincerity of your loving devotion to Krishna. That even though a person like me is speaking, you are able to, get the nectar out of it. That is the quality of a Vaishnava. Thank you.
Thank you for teaching us
Hare
humility,
Krishna,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank you for teaching us a lesson on humility also, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranams to you.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna, Mataji. As usual, wonderful session, and I totally agree what Krishnamurti Prabhu has said. Because this Leela, this Brahma Vimon Leela, we are hearing, so many times in different lectures. But when we hear it from you, it gives us different sensation, as if we are the part of this Leela, as if we are just looking that, the video is on and we are just, seeing the whole thing. So I know, Mataji, this is the quality which I have heard about His Holiness Radha Govind Swami Maharaj. He also has the same quality. And and we are very fortunate to have you also. So very, very grateful to you, Mataji. You are always, whenever, I'm asking to Mataji is always ready to take the class. And so much thank you, Mataji, to you. And we want your association again and again in this Bhagavatam session. So please, Mataji, always, as you do, please always accept my request and always, come and give your association. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
A small announcement that, we, for this Kartik month, we are doing, myself and Prabhu, we do every day, we do live sessions. And this time we are doing on the topic about how Gaudiyas reveal Sri Vrajadham. So we have this 1 week remaining where we are talking about, we just finished on how Mahaprabhu did the 84 course parikrama and how Lord Chaitanya had discovered some of the places, and then how the Goswamis of Vrindavan are discovering and revealing what we see Vrindavan today is what they have given us. So it's through the medium of PowerPoint presentations and things. So if you all are interested, I will give the link to join our WhatsApp group to Narayani Mataji. So if you all are interested, it is live session on Zoom. So if you join the WhatsApp group, you can get the Zoom link. And it is at 6:30 a.m. India time. So if you can, please join for the rest of these remaining days.
Mataji.
And I'll send the Bhishma Panchaka details as well.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. So thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah. Kavita Mataji has a query. Kavita Mataji is raised.
Kavita Mataji. Okay, yeah, Kavita Mataji.
Mataji, I have one small question, Mataji. The non-devotees, they always argue that it is not required to be devotional. All the time, we don't have to pray to God. If we do the household chores and if we look after the household work and if we look after the children, we are going to be blessed immensely by God. That itself is a devotional activity, they argue. So we have no answer to answer them because they argue in a very positive way. How about it, Mataji?
Very nice question. Very, very nice question. Well, see, in practical terms, yes, serving, like this is what is the main teaching of Arjuna that Arjuna received in the Bhagavad Gita. You can quote from the Bhagavad Gita that this is what Krishna actually told Arjuna, because Arjuna, he, in the first chapter, if you read, Arjuna was ready to, he said, I can live my life like a beggar. I can take a begging bowl and I'll give up my duty of being a Kshatriya. I don't want to give up. I'll just give up, being a Kshatriya. I'll be a beggar and lead my life. But Krishna, he said no. Krishna said that you are a Kshatriya. Krishna said that it is best if you perform your duty, what you have to perform. It should be done perfectly. Even if you're doing it imperfectly, you should still perform your duty only, even though you may be able to perform others' duty more perfectly, but still you should perform your duty only. So this is the instruction given by Krishna, and the most important one is yat karoshi, yat jahoshi, yat yat tadashi yat. That whatever you do it as an offering to me, Krishna said. So of course this question is a seminar in itself, but nonetheless, if I have to just say it quickly, basically that they may be doing all kinds of activities, taking care of their family, doing everything, but they should have Krishna in the center of their lives. And how can because for doing chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we don't have to go anywhere. We just have to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra using our tongue. We don't need money, we don't need anything. The only thing that we need to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is one thing: desire. We just have to desire to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Once we desire, then
they don't have Krishna conscious mind, Mataji.
Yes?
They don't have Krishna conscious mind, no, Mataji, even when they do the household chores and household activities, all throughout the life of whatever they live, these the non-devotees, they don't have Krishna conscious mind at all. They just carry on the activities as it is scheduled to be.
Yeah. So that is the reason why we need to teach them. Mahaprabhu's teachings is Grihe thako, bone thako, shoda hori bole dako. This is Mahaprabhu's teachings. That how, even while staying at home, while doing the duties of one's family, everything, how we can just, be Krishna conscious. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. It is not so much Krishna activities. Srila Prabhupada could have named our society as International Society for Krishna Activities. Srila Prabhupada didn't do that. Srila Prabhupada named our society International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So consciousness, we don't have to even show to others. It's what we have in our mind for Krishna. And if we, in that mind, if we have love for Krishna, if we are connected to Krishna, and that can come only by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. If someone is saying, oh yeah, I love Krishna, and I don't have to chant to prove that to Krishna, well, they're just fooling themselves. That's just an excuse. Sometimes some people say these kind of things. These are just excuses that they're offering, for not doing certain kinds of devotional service. But doing devotional service, you can look at the life of so many of the devotees who are here. They are doing their job, they're taking care of the family, they're doing everything, but with Krishna in the center. And the perfect example is Arjuna.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Very nice question.
Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandat Pranam. And when you send a message, the notes to Narayana Mataji, please also let us know how to break this 5-day fast, Kartik with, because I've heard Panchagavya or something. How do you prepare? I don't know. And
yes, Panchagavya fasting is not recommended for anyone who is outside of the Dham. If you are only in Mayapur or Vrindavan Dham, then you can do the Panchagavya fasting, because Panchagavya basically, it's a very difficult fast. It's practically Jalavrata,
Yes.
So, and it is recommended that you should be, in the afternoon when the sun is up in the high at 12 noon, we must take bath either in Ganga or the Yamuna, and then take these Panchagavya. The first day we take cow dung, second day we take cow urine, third day yogurt, and fourth day ghee, fifth day milk. So like this when we take Panchagavya, but that also, the quantities of these 5 items should be same. It's not that we'll glass of milk and 1 drop of no. So everything should be the same quantity. If you're drinking 1 glass of milk. If you want to drink, then we have to drink 1 glass of every other ingredient also.
Oh.
That is the Gavya fasting. So that's why devotees generally just take 1 drop in their tongue, of these 5 ingredients on the 5 days, and then take bath in the Ganga or the Yamuna. And when they're taking dip in the Ganga, that's when they drink some water. Otherwise, no. So that is Panchagavya. It's literally like a Nirjala fast for 5 days. So that's a very, very difficult fast. And but the second level is very nice, very austere also. But that is the fruits and roots level. So, it is recommended to do Nirjala Ekadashi on the day of Ekadashi, and then continue with fruits and roots. You cannot take any milk products. If you're doing the second level of fruits and roots, you cannot take many seeded fruits. But you can take nuts, you can take raisins, grapes, and it's very important just to stick to apple, orange, banana, grapes, pears, peach, plum. That's it. Coconut is okay. Coconut water is okay. Peanuts, cashews, grated fresh coconut is allowed. Grated ginger, just for some spicy taste, because pepper is not allowed. It's better if we can avoid salt for the second level. And you can take, in roots, you can take only 2 roots. That is the potato and boiled potato. Boiled sweet potato.
Sweet potato, okay.
Sweet potato and potato. No other root is allowed. No carrots.
So these Mataji, all
No
the
taro
5
roots are allowed, Mataji.
all the 5 days.
Potato and sweet potato. That's all. And ginger is okay.
So we have to maintain this fast for the 5 days from tomorrow.
Yes.
And how do you break it, Mataji? How to break the fast?
On the last day, on the day of Purnima, we must first feed the Vaishnavas and offer some dakshina in charity to the Brahmanas, to the Vaishnavas. We must offer some gifts and charity, and first serve the devotees, and then and we must also cut our nails, wash our hair. Men should shave. For 5 days, actually, men should not use any kind of, shaving or doing anything for men also. And then on the 5th day in the morning, after around, 9, 10 o'clock on the last day, we must cut, shave up everything, take full nice bath, and then make a nice feast, and then offer to the Vaishnavas. And then around 5:30, once the moon is up, when the moon comes, Sharad Purnima moon, you should offer sweet rice. Guru Maharaj, Lajapataka Maharaj, he taught us a very beautiful way of offering to the moon. He used to do this in Mayapur, and we were very fortunate to see him do it. He would do it like this, that we would offer it first to Radha Madhava in the katori, in a little bowl, and then that bowl, Guru Maharaj would just hold it up to the moon. And he would just keep it like that, holding for some time. And then you just offer to the moon that day, and then you can break your fast.
Okay, wonderful, Mataji. And okay, so that's it.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, can you also explain about this Havishya? Because Havishya Anna, because for children, that is, that is possible for them because they go to school and all that. So Havishya Anna, like whether third is allowed or whether the first and the second level of fasting is allowed for the third level along with milk products. That's what I wanted to check.
Yes, it is allowed. If you're taking Havishya, you can take the grains 1 time a day, and you just boil the yellow moong dal and the rice. Just these 2 items, you boil it together with a little bit of, ginger you can add. That's it. A little salt, and just boil, and you can take yogurt with it, no problem. The rest of the time, you can have milk and milk products and fruits. You can have that. Makhana and all that is not allowed. Just stick to something very simple. When we say what is written is what is written. Nothing else other than that. So these 5 days, we can do this austerity of just surviving on 3-4 things, you know. Let's not complicate it by asking, oh, is this allowed? Is that allowed? Like that.
So, Mata, that means Havishya is a second level of fasting?
Havishya is third level of fasting.
Third.
Mataji, the rice that we use for making this along with the moong dal, that should be parboiled rice or normal rice?
Normal rice. Better to use basmati.
Okay, okay. And make it like a khichdi, but only with rice, moong dal, and ginger and salt. That's all.
That's it. You can add some ghee in the end. That's it.
And milk products are allowed. And fruits are allowed. And in the fruits for this category will be those same fruits which are in level 2 or other fruits also not allowed. Perfect. Thank you, Mataji. That's great guidance. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Also, Mataji, when you say moong dal, which one? Green moong dal or yellow moong dal?
Yellow. Mataji said.
Okay.
Mataji, please forward that document, Mataji.
Yes, I will send it. We are actually in the process of also making some small videos, you know, which we have. There are Tarpana mantras that we need to do, you know, how to do the Tarpana mantras when we are not, you know, having the access of Ganga or Jamuna with us. How to do Tarpana at home is something that we've made the video. We'll share that with you. And we are in the process of also making some small videos on specific, you know, mantras and what are the 5 different items that we should offer to the 5 different body parts of Krishna on each of the 5 days. That's also very, very important. And most important, Guru Maharaj always says for Bhishma Panchaka is that let's, you know, we are making our good fortune, but let's create good fortune for others too. So in this last 5 days, we can try that if we can go out and create good fortune for people by, you know, getting them to offer some lamp to Radha Damodar. So try that. That is the greatest austerity, the most pleasing to Lord Nityananda. And
Mataji, one last query, Mataji. Like Guru Maharaj also does this Pindadan, right? On the last day, he does it in Ganges, right? Offering to the forefathers and Bhishma Dev. But I had a query that Bhishma Dev actually left his body in the Uttarayan, right? That is after the Gita was delivered, after Gita Jayanti, which comes in January. But now we are observing this Bhishma Panchaka before, in the Kartik month itself. So, you know, Bhishma Pitamaha left his body later. So how do we connect this, Mataji? Especially, how do we explain it to new people?
Very good question. Very, very good question. This one is because Pitama Bhishma, it's the Pinda, it's not Pindadan. It is, we offer 3 mantras. One is the Arghya, we do Arghya, and we do Tarpana, and we do Pranam. So there are 3 mantras that we offer on all these 5 days. This 5 days fasting, we do it for Pitama Bhishma. So because Pitama Bhishma is Ajanma Brahmachari, you know, he is a celibate. And when he left his body in the Shrimad Bhagavatam, if we see the prayers of Pitama Bhishma, those 10 verses that he spoke in glorification of Krishna, he said that Krishna, my mind is my daughter, and I'm offering my mind in marriage to you. This is the main purport of the prayers of Pitama Bhishma, and he's glorifying Krishna so beautifully, you know. So Krishna was so pleased with the way Pitama Bhishma, you know, performed his entire life, carried out his entire life. So at that time, Krishna, he said that my devotees, those who claim to be my devotees, because, you know, Pitama Bhishma doesn't have any children of his own, right? So he said, Krishna said that my devotee, whoever claims to be my devotees, they will offer Pindadan or Tarpana to Pitama Bhishma. They will offer Tarpana to Pitama Bhishma. So that is why we do this Bhishma Panchaka Vrata, that we, as, you know, trying to be the devotees of Krishna, we are following Krishna's instruction of offering Pindadan or Tarpanadan to this great devotee who is a Mahajan. He is one of the 12 Mahajans, is Pitama Bhishma. So we are offering this to Pitama Bhishma for our spiritual advancement. when we are offering our services for this great devotee, then Krishna is supremely pleased with us, and Srimati Radharani becomes so pleased because, you know, in the Bhishma prayers, it is said that Pitama Bhishma, he glorifies Srimati Radharani extremely beautifully, very, very beautifully. He glorifies Srimati Radharani. So Srimati Radharani is very pleased, and this is the month of Kartikeshwari. You know, she is, you know, Urjeshwari Devi. She is Kartika Devi, Srimati Radharani, and she is the, you know, personification of loving compassion. So when we do this for Pitama Bhishma, she immediately recommends us to Krishna. And Krishna doesn't raise even one single question. Krishna accepts. So this is the process of how we can become dear to the divine couple, Shri Radha Damodar.
Haribol. Thank you so much, Mataji. But it has nothing to do with Bhishma Pitama leaving his body, right? That happens later.
Not
so this is
time.
Yeah.
This time it's just that Krishna said that as the children of Pitama Bhishma, my devotees will offer tarpana to Pitama Bhishma.
In this Kartik month.
Yes.
Oh, Jai Jai. Thank you so much.
So these 5 days are just Bhishma Pitamaha's prayers to Lord Krishna. That's right.
No, it's not prayers of Pitama Bhishma. These 5 days is what austerities we are doing for the satisfaction of Pitama Bhishma. Like how children, they offer tarpana for their parents, no? We, as children, we offer tarpana for the satisfaction of our parents. So like that, Pitama Bhishma is our parent. So Krishna said that all of my devotees will be like Bhishma Pitama's children, and we will offer tarpana to Pitama Bhishma.
Mataji, what is the English word for tarpana?
What is the English word for tarpana? Offering oblations.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji.
And Mataji, Bhishma Pitamaha's prayers are what is Vishnu Sahasranamam, right? In that, is there?
No. It's in the first canto of Shrimad Bhagavatam.
Yeah. When he looks to leave this body, those verses are the prayers. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
I will send them to Narayani Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Very helpful, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you.
Now I know that it is post 11 at Mataji's place. So please, we will and we'll leave Mataji because I'm sorry, Sudha Mataji.
Only one last very small question, Mataji.
Yeah. Please, quick, Mataji.
Yes. Actually, this tarpana which we are supposed to offer, Mataji, it is said that 3 times you have to offer tarpana. Is it 3 times all at once only, or is it 3 different times of the day, like morning, afternoon, night?
In the afternoon, we must offer it. In the afternoon, every day, 3 times tarpana, 3 times arghya, and 3 times pranam mantra.
Okay.
So I will send you the video.
done
I will
together,
send the
right,
video to Narayani Mataji, and she can send it all to you. So it has the entire process is very nicely described along with the mantras, so you can see it.
Yes, Mataji, and the video also.
Even it is there, Sudha Mataji, in if you will go to just check about the Bhishma Panchaka. Today morning only I was checking. It is there in SCON Ghaziabad. All the details are there about each and every kind of fast and all. But Mataji will send us, so I will definitely forward it to Medhavni Mataji and to our Bhagavatam group also. So Hare Krishna Mataji, so sorry, it is too late for you.
Not at all. It's always
it is just one day before Bhishma Panchaka. That's why there were so many questions.
Absolutely, no problem.
Wonderful
Thank
class,
you, Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank
So
you.
many
Hare Krishna,
explanations.
And will you just for Damodar Aarti? Mataji can leave, but we will wait for Damodar Aarti, and after the quick Damodar Aarti we can leave. So we will do Vaishnav Pranam Mantra to Mataji, and then
कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च
पतितानां
पावनेभ्यो
नमो नमः। ग्रेस कलासुधा माता जी की जय। श्रीमद माता जी हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Mataji,
Dhanvat
thank you so
Pranam.
much.
Thank you very much.
You make us happy by your class, Mataji. The whole day is very blissful, Mataji. After hearing you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
So Mataji's class is always a suspense. That's why I'm not putting the name that who is going to come. So you people have to join every day so that any day can be Kalasudha Mataji's day.
Yes, Mataji, so that we'll definitely we'll progress in Krishna consciousness. We have that confidence when you have class.
Today was
Mataji,
also
for Kalachada
today was
Mataji, you
also
Thank you,
came
Mataji.
especially for 2
Meenakshi
hours.
Mataji, Hari Bol.
today was also a big surprise.
Yes,
Mataji.
Mataji, I'm here. I'm there.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Steve, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much for the session.
Thank you, Dhanvat Pranam Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Meenakshi Mataji, you can share your screen. And who will sing today?
Can I sing, Mataji?
Yeah. Please, Mataji. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Meenakshi Mataji will show us
Yashoda
Yashoda
Kam.
Kam.
Jai. Can I start, Mataji, or we'll wait for Damodar's darshan first?
Yes, Mataji. Meenakshi Mataji will show.
Mataji, is it not seen?
Yeah. Perfect, Mataji.
Shri Radha Damodar Bhagavan ki jai. Namamishwaram Shachitanandarupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodhabhiyolukaladhavamanam Param Drishtamathyanta Chodruta Gopya Dantamohurnetra Yudhumrejantam Rambujaयुग्मेन सातङ्कश्वासकं पातिरेकान्तकण्ठा सीताग्रैवं दामोदरं भक्तिवधम् इति दीक्ष्वलीलावीरानन्दकुन्दे स्वघोषमिमाजन्तमक्षपयन्तम् तडीयेषिताज्ञेषु भक्तर्हितात्वाम् पुनः प्रेमातस्तां सतावृत्ति वन्दे परं देवमक्षां न मोक्षवरीं वा न चान्यं वृणेहां वरीषदपीहा इदं देव पूर्णात् गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्या विराष्टन्ति मन्ये इदं ते मूकाम्बोज अत्यन्तनीलये वृतां कुञ्चालैः स्निग्धरक्ते च गोप्या मोहचुम्बितां बिम्बरक्तधरं मे मनस्य विराष्टमलं लक्षोलाभे नमो देव दामोदरानन्द विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलधिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदीनं वदानो गृहणेश मामाज्ञां जयक्षिदृशा कुबेरात्मसौभाग्यमूर्त्यैव याद्वा त्वयामुचितौ भक्तिभाजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकाम्ये प्रयच्छ नमोक्षे ग्रहो मे श्रीदामोदरेह नमस्तेस्तु धाम्ने शूलादिपीडाम्ने त्वदीयोदरायात विश्वसदाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीयप्रियाय नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवयतुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवयतुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवयतुभ्यम् हरे कृष्णा Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Radha, Damodar Radha, Damodar Radha, Damodar Shri Radhe, Jaya Yashodha, Damodar Yashodha, Damodar Yashodha, Damodar Shri Radhe, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Gurudev, Gurudev Nitai, Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. श्री राधा दामोदर भगवान की जय, दीपदान महामहोत्सवा की जय, कार्तिक दामोदर मंथ की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद श्रील गुरुदेव की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Thank
Mataji.
you, Vedavni Mataji, and thank you, Meenakshi Mataji, showing us your cute Damodar and Yashoda Damodar's picture. Hare Krishna. Thank you to all the devotees. Tomorrow again we will meet at 9:30 for another Shrimad Bhagavatam session. Hare Krishna, Hari Bol, Pranam.
Thank you,
Hare Krishna Mataji,
Thank you,
Dandavat
Mataji.
Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Mataji.
I'm ending the session.